Welcome to another episode of Shift Point On Demand. I'm your host, Kristen Fry. This week, we're at Petit at Road Atlanta in Braselton, Georgia. The highlight of this weekend's event is the 10-hour race, featuring drivers from all over the world. We got a chance to speak with a few of them. We hope you enjoy our coverage.
I'm Lee Keene, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and we're here at beautiful Road Atlanta. Well, I only grew up about 2 hours south of here in Dublin, Georgia, and this is definitely my home track and one of my home races. You know, when I was a kid in the late 90s, I came to this race. It was one of the first professional races I've ever been to, and it was a huge deal back then and still is a huge deal today. A lot of the European teams and drivers come over for it, and it was just, you know, something special for me to come as a fan with my dad and watch the race. And now, you know, today in the last couple of years, I've been able to drive in it, and I've been fairly successful in it too. Well, this is a GT3 Porsche Cup car. This is a 997. It's actually a 997.2, which is the second generation of the 997 platform. This has a bigger engine, a little bit wider than the first GT3 Cup car, the first generation of 997. It's got about 450 horsepower. You know, it's basically a street car. This car is actually built on the assembly. I've seen it done on the assembly line in Porsche in Weissach. So it's very, very cool. It's, you know, it's a street car, and Porsche takes it and puts a cage in it and turns it into a race car. That's the beautiful thing about Porsche and the 911 is ever since day one, it was all about racing, and the race cars make the street cars better and vice versa too.
My name is Ben Bowlby. I'm the concept originator of the Nissan DeltaWing, and in fact I'm from England, but I live in Indianapolis. This car is about efficiency. It has a small capacity 1.6 litre turbocharged direct injection gasoline Nissan. It's a very low power engine compared to the others on the track, but it goes the same speed, and that is because the car weighs half as much and has half as much aerodynamic drag. And that allows us to burn half the amount of fuel and consume half the amount of tyres. Racing has the ability to change people's perceptions of a technology, and racing needs to be relevant. And as we all know, the auto industry is looking towards more fuel-efficient cars to make sure that the consumer can continue to enjoy the performance and comfort and safety that they've always had. The first reaction most people have is, it's impossible, it surely can't turn, it surely won't be fast enough, it will never get around the corner. And of course, people always reject change when first confronted with it. But as people have seen that it does go around corners, they remain intrigued, and now they're starting to believe, and in fact we have a huge fan following, particularly with young people. So this is why innovation is so cool, and why seeing it at the racetrack firsthand is such a great idea. This is a real story, it is fascinating, it does challenge one's understanding, and it does represent something that could be important in the future. We came to start testing here at Road Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, and we actually got the opportunity to do a lot of miles. In fact, we've done a full 1,000 miles in a series of tests. When we had a most massive accident, it looked like our dreams were shattered. But in fact, the car took the accident really well. The whole center of the chassis was completely undamaged, and we had enough spares, and the guys bolted it back together again, which took an all-nighter, mind you, and we were out again and ready and have qualified the car now. So it will race. It's in the best condition it's ever been. It's all new parts. It's our pieces that we were saving for the race anyway. And I think the team is really motivated that we've had some challenges. We have a lot to prove, and this is our opportunity. So this 10-hour race tomorrow is a big deal.
My name is Martin Rackinger, and I'm from Salzburg, Austria.
And my name is Brian Sellers, and I live in Braselton, Georgia, and we're here at Road Atlanta Raceway. So our car is a Porsche 911 GT3 RSR, and it is one of the premier GT cars worldwide. And this year's RSR has been significantly changed from previous year's RSR. You know, we've gone through a lot of progressions to try and make the car more competitive. For those of you who are racing fans, you know that the 911 has been around a long time, but it's had to be constant progressions to try and keep with the changing pace.
Yeah, this year generally, if you look at the car, it's more wide in the front, more wide in the rear. We can run bigger tires in the front, and the main thing what is different is the aerodynamic. We produce more downforce, which helps through the quick corners, and especially the tight corners on the entry. We just get more aero, and this is better. It's very nice that we race for a tire manufacturer. Falcon Tire gave us the opportunity to show what we can, and that's what I really like. And I have to say, I'm proud to be part of the Falcon program.
Yeah, and I would agree. Falcon Tire is a great program. They not only focus on trying to improve their status in motorsports and try and improve their marketing and awareness, but they've also invested into us and tried to really further our careers, and it's a great partnership for marketing itself.
Hello, my name is Lucas Luhr. I'm from Koblenz, Germany, and today we are in Atlanta for the Petit Le Mans race 2012. Well, the biggest change is we're running a different car than last year. Last year we were running an Aston Martin. Today, or this year, the whole season long, we're running our HPD Honda. So it's a complete different game, but other than that, you know, just having a different toy, you don't really prepare differently. It's a 10-hour race or 1,000 miles, whatever comes first. So obviously it's a very long race. A lot of cars on the track. You know, Muscle Picket Racing, we are the top class, the LMP1. So we have to deal with a lot of traffic, a lot of overtaking. The main point is patient and be smart, and then, you know, we can be on top at the end.
Jeff Lee, the President and General Manager of Road Atlanta. Jeff, thanks so much for having us out today.
Well, certainly. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So I have a few questions for you. One would be, how do you feel that having Petit Le Mans Series here does for the Metro Atlanta community?
Well, we're very fortunate that the Petit Le Mans event is the largest international annual sporting event in Georgia. So after the Olympics, it's really one of the biggest things that happens each year. We get fans. Last year it was from 37 states and 18 countries. So it's really a global sort of perspective.
So also, how important is it to grasp the international community's respect by having such a prestigious event here?
Well, it's funny because we're sister to the 24 Hours of Le Mans. That's how we got the name Petit Le Mans, because we're the 10-hour version of over there. And these are the very same cars that run at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So it's very international in flair to begin with. The teams, the cars, you know, Porsche, BMW, and the American versions, the Corvette and the Viper and what have you. It is a very international flair, and we're fortunate that there's a big following for this type of racing internationally. So a few years ago we were available to over 500 million homes worldwide, and that included South America, China and Asia, Europe. Basically every continent on the planet is interested in this sort of event.
Our coverage of Petit Le Mans here at Road Atlanta. Congratulations to all the drivers. For more information, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. We'll see you next time.